Wait, no. Why do I only want men when they don't want me, but when they want me, I'm like, get the away from me. Like, I don't want you around.
Hey guys, welcome back. Today we've got a video from Men Only titled All Men Need to See This. In this one, older women are actually admitting what value they bring to men, and honestly, the answer isn't much. This video was recommended by Locke the Bounty Hunter, so make sure you check out both channels. Now, let's dive straight into it.
You guys won't believe the dating nightmare story that I have from last night for you. I've been on some really bad dates, but I would say this one probably takes the fucking cake. Not only was it the worst date, but it was by far the most bizarre experience I've ever had in my life. So this is a guy that I met in real life over the weekend, and he seemed super cool, super normal. We had instant connection.
When she says there was an instant connection, what she really means is she thought he was super attractive. But when the date didn't live up to the fantasy she built in her head, suddenly it becomes the worst date of her life.
I met his group of friends. They seemed like really good people, respectable people. And so we exchanged numbers, and he said he wanted to take me on a date. So we were pretty much talking all weekend, and he planned a date for last night. It was supposed to be like a really romantic, special date that he planned. I can't get into like too many of the details, but
You'd think having a first date on a private yacht would be a terrible idea. I mean, being stuck on a boat with a guy you barely know sounds pretty unsafe. But let's be real, since when do these women actually care about their safety?
basically it was going to be a private dinner on a yacht. Let's just say when I showed up, I quickly learned that it was not a very special romantic evening. I basically showed up to a beautiful yacht, yes, but there was no private dinner. It was him and 3 of his guy friends.
She just assumed the date was supposed to be romantic. But let's be honest, he probably never even said that. He probably just mentioned dinner on a yacht, and after hearing that, she ignored everything else.
I literally was so uncomfortable, and for me to be uncomfortable is not my normal because I can blend in anywhere and talk to anyone. But I literally felt like I was about to be in a bad or weird situation that I was not consenting to. And so I immediately felt weird, and my intuition was like, get out of here.
And that's exactly why you don't go on a private yacht dinner with a guy you barely know. But with women like this, luxury always beats common sense.
I don't care how nice the boat is. I don't care how much money these people have. Like, it was weird. So I was like, I need to talk to you. So we went on the upper deck of the boat and we talked for a few minutes, and I was like, what is this? Like, I thought we were doing X, Y, and Z. Like, this doesn't feel like a date. This feels weird and I don't like it. And so immediately he's like, I'm so sorry. Like, this wasn't the plan, but my friends, he basically gave this big story of how the plan had to change and that we were still going to continue the plan, but it was just, we were doing this first.
This guy clearly doesn't care about what she has to say. If he was actually serious about her, his friends wouldn't even be there. It's really that simple.
We were going to go on a different yacht and have the private dinner, but the boat wasn't there yet, or some bullshit story. So I was like, well, I'm leaving. I'm not comfortable and I want to leave. And so he was like, no, let's just go somewhere and we'll walk and get dinner somewhere. Because we were at a marina with a ton of restaurants around. So we leave, just him and we go to get dinner. And no word of a lie, as we're walking to get dinner, he's using talk to text. And so I'm hearing him with my own ears, what he's saying. And he's telling someone that he sent them flowers.
That's either a total Chad move, or he's just talking to a family member. Yeah, it's rude, but come on, it's not exactly the worst date ever, is it?
And he's like, that's your favorite flower, right? Like, he's literally talking to a girl about sending her flowers. So I'm like, okay, this is fucking weird. But just met him. He doesn't owe me anything. It's just fucking weird and disrespectful. So we sit down and we are at dinner now. And I feel really weird. Like, I just don't feel a connection to his energy. It's just very odd.
She keeps complaining non-stop about how bad the date is and how uncomfortable she feels. But notice, she never actually gets up and leaves. So yeah, either he's really good looking, or she's just hungry and desperate for a free meal.
And so, sure enough, he's pulling out his phone and he's literally texting a girl. Her contact photo is her, and he's texting her, and he's not even really trying to hide it at this point. Like, I'm looking over at his phone, and call me crazy, but yeah, I definitely looked at his phone and I read it because I value my time, and like, this is weird already.
If she really valued her time, she wouldn't have stayed through all this drama. She would have just left the second she got off the boat. But of course, if she did that, she wouldn't have a story to complain about later. Gotta keep those priorities straight, right?
And so I look, and he's legitimately talking to a girl about sending her flowers and asking if she liked them. And so I looked at him and I was like, hey, this isn't working. Like, I don't want to be here anymore, so I'm going to get myself an Uber. I know we already ordered food, but I'm leaving. Like, I don't want to be here anymore. And he literally begged me to stay. He literally went inside his wallet and he pulled out $500.
He's literally paying for her time and attention, and she agreed to it. So at that point, she really doesn't get to complain about the date, because she already got compensated.
So I ordered 4 more sushi rolls and I stayed. Got myself a cucumber martini and said, fuck it. And no, I've never done this before. And so, yeah, I feel like I worked last night. I don't know. And then, he was still being weird and I just was over it. So once we finished eating, I was like, okay, thank you for the sushi and stuff, and I'm gonna go home now. And he gave me another 200 and he asked if I would stay a little bit longer.
For the kind of money he's dropping, he could have just hired an escort. At least she'd pretend to be nice to him. This woman is way too overpriced for the attitude she's giving.
And at that point, I told him I couldn't, that I had to go to bed, but thank you. And I wish him the best of luck, but I don't think we're on the same page. I'm actually looking for something real with substance, and I wish him the best of luck. And so somehow it went from being the worst date ever to kind of the best date. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, fuck it. $700 to have some sushi and get cheated on. I mean, whatever. I can see why people do this for a living. Not a bad gig.
She literally said she turned him down, but still took the extra $200. Which means she's either lying about the whole thing, or too embarrassed to admit what really happened after.
Are so annoying, because tell me why this guy was like, I want to go out with you, let's hang out, please come over, let's do this, let's hang out. And then I didn't give him the time of day for like 5 days because I wasn't interested. And then I was like, you know what, fine, I'll bite. I will bite. I think we should just be friends. How does that work? I don't understand that. Why do I only want men when they want me? Why do I only want men when they don't want me, but when they want me, I'm like, get the fuck away from me. Like, I don't want you around me.
Modern women only chase the guys who don't even want them. But the second a man shows real interest, suddenly she gets one of those so-called icks they love to make up.
How does that work? It's really starting to piss me off. I'm sure it's avoidant attachment, but like, I'm not ready to accept that. So we're gonna have to find a different explanation that works for me right now in my current life, in my current state of mind. But can I get some men in the chat to drop the lore of like what the fuck that's supposed to mean? Because like, it could very much be my insufferable personality, but I just don't think that that's right. That's the answer. It's that.
This is what happens after chasing Chad for years. It leaves women so messed up that they end up in this strange place, wanting men, but being disgusted by the men who actually want them.
You know, being a hot girl is so weird because people say you can date whoever you want. No, I can fuck whoever I want. Dating is a whole different category. These men, these mid-ass men, once you give them a chance, they think they can rule the world. And then you give them leverage. The leverage that you give them, because a hot girl dating a mid-ass guy makes them 3 points hotter because they got a hot girl, and girls think, oh, I wonder why she wanted him. Now I kind of want him. Oh no!
We all know how this goes. When a modern woman calls her ex ugly or average, that guy is almost always way above average in looks. She's just bitter because he didn't want her.
Oh no, and they said date the nice guy. Don't do that. Don't do that. Date the fucking asshole that's hot. Do that. Because I swear to God, once you give the nice guy a chance, he genuinely thinks he can get any bitch he wants. And he can. Want to know why? Because he dated you. It's your fault. He dated you. You gave him the status of being a hot guy when he was just a mid-ass guy. And what did you think I was going to do with you? Steal the $200 from your bank account? Babe, what? No. No. I liked you for you. How dare you? How dare you?
These women act like giving a good guy a chance is some kind of charity. And then they get offended when those same men want nothing to do with their bad attitude.
I got so humbled by a man that I quite literally have not stopped thinking about it for weeks, so I think I need to get it off my chest. I went to Jersey with my girlfriends for 4th of July, so this was more than a month ago, and I'm still thinking about it. And we were at the bars. We met these guys who worked in finance. They lived in New York. They seemed like nice guys. They were decently cute. And I started talking to this one guy, and he's telling me all about how when he's in New York, he always gets with girls who look like his celebrity crush, Margot Robbie.
She's chasing after some Wall Street finance guy, dudes who can literally get any woman they want. And when he shows he's not interested, suddenly it's a humbling experience.
I'm like, okay, buddy. Like, all right, whatever. Anywho, then he starts talking about who his celebrity lookalike is. And he thinks that he looks, it was like Brad Pitt or like some like really hot celebrity. I don't remember who. But I'm like, okay, like he didn't look like him, but what are you gonna do? I'm like, oh yeah, like that's great. Then he goes, who do you think your celebrity lookalike is? And I don't really think that I have a celebrity lookalike, but my TikTok comments will sometimes say that I look like a blonde Nessa Barrett.
Modern women's obsession with celebrities is honestly kind of creepy. They act like these people are gods, spending all this time copying their looks and even the way they talk. It's insane. But anyway guys, that's it for today's video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you're new, drop a comment, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care of yourselves, peace.